Hello everyone, my name is Sri Gauri. I'm studying in class 11th in Amrita Vidyalayam, Ottapalam. Today I'll be presenting about an ancient pharaoh, King Tutankhamun, who's also known as King Tut. Contents: the Pharaoh Tutankhamun, his birthplace and reason why he was most famous among all the other pharaohs, meaning of an ancient Egyptian tomb, Tutankhamun's death mask, Tutankhamun's lifetime achievements, his life and his death, who discovered King Tut's tomb, the mummy's curse, things known from the discovery of King Tut's tomb. The Pharaoh Tutankhamun. Pharaoh is a common title now used for the monarchs of ancient Egypt from the first dynasty 3150 BC until the annexation of Egypt by the Roman Empire in 30 BC. Tutankhamun 1342 BC to 1325 BC. He was the last of his royal family to rule during the end of the 18th dynasty during the New Kingdom of Egyptian history. His father was a pharaoh Akhenaten and his mother was a noble woman named Kia. Tut's birthplace and reason why he was most famous among all the other pharaohs. Tutankhamun was born in 1346 BC in Amarna, which was built by his father, Pharaoh Akhenaten. It is also known as Akhenaten, which was also the capital of Egypt during that time. The most famous of all the kings found in the Valley of Kings was Tutankhamun. He died in mid-January 1343 BC at the age of 19. King Tut was famous among all the other pharaohs because his tomb was found in almost perfect condition. His tomb was also well hidden and was never found by the robbers. King Tut's tomb opened many doors to discovering the world of ancient Egypt. Meaning of an ancient Egyptian tomb. What is an ancient Egyptian tomb called? Sarcophagus is used to bury leaders and wealthy residents in ancient Egypt, Rome, and Greece. A sarcophagus is a coffin or a container to hold a corpse. What was kept in an ancient Egyptian tomb? Wealthy Egyptians could afford to be buried with jewelry, furniture, and other valuables which made them targets of tomb robbers. In the early dynastic period, tombs were filled with daily life objects such as furniture, jewelry, and other valuables. They also contain many stone and pottery vessels. Tutankhamun's death mask. It is also known as the Mask of Tutankhamun. The Mask of Tutankhamun is a gold mask of the 18th dynasty ancient Egyptian pharaoh Tutankhamun who reigned 1332 BC to 1323 BC. It was discovered by Howard Carter in 1925 in tomb KV62 in the Valley of Kings and is now housed in the Egyptian Museum in Cairo. The mask is one of the best known works of art in the world. The face of the mask represents the pharaoh's standard image, and the same image was found by excavators elsewhere in the tomb, in particular in the guardian statues. He wears a Nemes headcloth topped by the royal insignia of a cobra with jet and vulture neckbelt, symbolizing Tutankhamun's rule of both Lower and Upper Egypt respectively. X-ray crystallography has revealed that the mask contains two alloys of gold, a lighter 18.4 carat shade for the face and neck, and 22.5 carat gold for the rest of the mask. Tut's lifetime achievements: restoring peace to the people. King Tut's father made his people stop worshipping all the gods and goddesses and instead just worship one god, Aten. King Tut realized that there was no peace and order within his fellow people, so he decided to let everyone go back to polytheism. Restoring peace with the gods. After everything was back in order, King Tut had to restore peace and order with the gods and goddesses, and soon all the gods would help ancient Egypt instead of hurting it. Continue building the holy sites. King Tut was a pharaoh who wanted to change what his father had done. So King Tut ordered his people to repair the holy sites and to continue at the temple of Karnak. Return of the royal court. Before King Tut became pharaoh, the capital had been moved from Thebes to Amarna. When King Tut became ruler, he moved the royal court back to its original setting of Thebes. Neighborlila. Another one of King Tut's accomplishments was restoring peaceful relations with ancient Egypt's neighbors. He wanted to rebuild relationships that were damaged during his father's reign. His life and his death. Tutankhamun was only a young boy. He did not make many important decisions. His tomb contained many things which gave some clues about his life. It is thought he spent his time hunting, swimming, and studying. His tomb also gave clues that he enjoyed playing board games. He actually didn't understand politics or religion. He may also have been quite a poorly child because many walking sticks were found in his tomb. King Tut died when he was about 18. There are a lot of ideas about how he died. Some people think he was perhaps murdered, and some think he died of a leg infection, which may explain why there were many walking sticks found inside his tomb. Who discovered King Tut's tomb? The tomb of Tutankhamun was discovered on November 4, 1922 by an archaeologist named Howard Carter. Howard Carter was born in 1874 in Norfolk, England. On November 1st, 1922, Carter resumed digging in the Valley of the Kings. On November 4th, they found the stairway that led to the unopened tomb of Tutankhamun. The Mummy's Curse. The curse of the pharaohs or the mummy's curse is a curse alleged to be cast upon anyone who disturbs the mummy of an ancient Egyptian, especially a pharaoh. This curse, which does not differentiate between thieves and archaeologists, is claimed to cause bad luck, illness, or death. There had been many stories of curses going back to the 19th century, but they multiplied after Howard Carter's discovery of the tomb of Tutankhamun. Despite popular misconceptions, no curse was found inscribed in the pharaoh's tomb. Arthur Weigel, a previous Inspector General of Antiquities to the Egyptian government, reported that this was interpreted as Carter's house being broken into by the royal cobra, the same as that worn on the king's head to strike enemies, Sirius, on the very day the king's tomb was being broken into. An account of the incident was reported by the New York Times on 22nd December 1922. Things known from the discovery of King Tut's tomb. Howard Carter had no experience when he went to Egypt at age 17. Carter became an archaeological draftsman and excavator, and by 25 he was chief inspector of antiquities for Upper Egypt. In 1904, he became chief inspector for Lower Egypt, but he wouldn't hold the position for long. Tut's four-room tomb was robbed twice. Carter believed that the first robbery took place soon after the burial, possibly by people who had worked on the tomb. Kings began amassing objects for the afterlife as soon as they took the throne. If a ruler died unexpectedly, craftsmen had 70 days to complete the objects, the length of time it took to mummify a body and perform embalming rituals. Tut wasn't alone in his tomb. His two children, one who was stillborn, one who died at birth, were buried with him. The mummy was encased in 3 coffins. The outermost 2 were made of gilded wood, and the last in solid gold. The coffins were stuck together. The famous gold mask, which covered the mummy's head and chest, was pretty heavy. The boy king was pretty sickly. He had a severe knee injury, carried the malaria parasite, and had bone diseases in his left foot.